Alrighty then, so today we picked up a new package here. It's big. I wonder what could be inside. Let's find out. Okay. Boy, they taped the heck out of this thing. Alright. That's one side. It's kind of heavy too. Not too heavy for an implement. Oop. But it is kind of breakable, so I don't want it to slip away from me here. Alright. What do we have? Lots of packaging. Rails. $80 plus platinum. Oh, I know what this is. There it is. All right, so clearly every tractor needs a rack mount server. So I went ahead and got my 2038R here, a Power Edge 730XD. That's weird. They said it did not come with anything, no caddies at all. I'm pretty sure that's a caddy. Yeah, so just trying it out. Oh, I don't like that. Of course, those are probably just the blanks. So if you're not aware, you can pick up pulled from live equipment, servers and things of that nature online pretty cheap. This guy was in the $400 to $500 range, and it's a beast. I was using previously to this, I like to have really awesome network equipment at the house, and I had been depending on QNAP for a while, and yeah, so QNAP wanted like $1,600 for one of their rather pathetic NAS options that could also do a couple of other things. You know, it's built on Linux, but you know, they featured Docker, which made things really nice, so you could have containers. And I said, I love this. This is great. And then I looked at the price of the new ones, and I was like, man, okay, I'll do it. And then I had one picked out. It was used, and they only wanted, and this is gonna sound funny, they only wanted $1,200 for it. And so I was like, I'll pick that guy up. And then I started looking at these guys here. And obviously you're gonna need a rack for this thing and some other network equipment. And then of course this guy, as you saw, does not come with any hard drives, and they're the 2.5 variant, and they are SAS and SATA. I think I have both on the back plane, the front back plane. But that's not the whole story here. We're gonna get some other equipment in here in the next 2 weeks or so. That's gonna make this thing make all the sense in the world. But the real question remains, and that is, how many Power Edge R730s does your tractor need? And I'm gonna say no less than one. But the upper limit is, of course, well, this guy is about, I think the ship weight on it, which included rails and other things, is like 69 pounds. So I'd be pretty comfortable with that 10 of these things in my 2038. But that all depends on where you're going to mount them. You can get a carry-all for the back of a tractor, and you might be able to even get a generator set up on that carry-all. I've seen some pretty nice ones online, although I'd probably go cheap and just use a lot of ups. So yeah, you could probably still run 10 on your 2038. You're gonna need a lot of diesel, and that thing's gonna rack up some hours pretty quick though. Of course, this is a joke, of course, but it's kind of funny. So this guy here is gonna power the brains of my home network. I'm gonna throw TrueNAS scale on it and see how this thing handles handbrake. And I'm gonna be loading this thing so full of Dockers that I'm gonna try and grind down the CPU on it, which is I think for this one I got 2 of the E5 2660 V3s, so it's a pretty good processor. I mean, it's old. They came out in 2014, I want to say. But when you compare it to like ready-built NAS options like QNAP, it's like comparing that to a cheap go to Home Depot and buy a ride-on lawnmower. This is a small tractor. A ride-on lawnmower is not a tractor. It's a tractor-shaped lawnmower that you can sit on. This is a server. A QNAP is a ride-on lawnmower that you know, can't really compare to this thing at all. Single-threaded performance is pretty good on those, but that's not the design of these things. They're supposed to be multi-threaded. This thing's got 20 cores. It's probably far and away more than I need, but I am going to try everything I can to make sure that that becomes false, because if you've got the horsepower, you use the horsepower. It's true for servers and tractors. Although I'm probably gonna have to work pretty hard to go, I should have bought a bigger server, whereas with this thing, you know, you make compromises. It's a good tractor. It's absolutely a good tractor. And I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing with this thing with a bigger tractor, and I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing with a smaller tractor. It fits in the tight places, and it does well enough in those tight places. A bigger tractor would not be able to do it. A smaller tractor can't beat this thing for performance. And this thing is a little bit of a different ball game. You know, I guess you could draw parallels between getting a 7-year-old tractor. Actually, that's not very old for a tractor, but that's pretty old for a server. Maybe like a 40 or 50-year-old tractor. I mean, you don't have the new bells and whistles and stuff, but gosh darn, those things are 4 times as heavy with half as much horsepower, but you can do 10 times as much a lot of times. I won't be doing that with the tractor because I do like my new bells and whistles, but that's well enough for this thing. I'm going to try to set up a home data station on it, and yeah, we're going to see if we can't push a personal cloud, run some 4K transcoding, probably set up a home test environment for Ubuntu, and a couple other things that I've kind of got thought of last night when I was looking through the what is it, True Charts for TrueNAS scale, and I think there's a lot of stuff in there that I'm going to be able to do. However, we can't do it yet. I can take this thing out of the box and look at it. It's really pretty, it's really cool. It has no hard drives. Those aren't supposed to be here for a while. And I don't have any of the 2.5 lying around. And I haven't looked at the back, but I'm gonna go ahead and assume that this thing is basically an SFF. And so I'm not gonna have any slots for 3.5-inch hard drives, even though I've probably got 12 terabytes of them not being used lying around the house. But I don't have any 2.5s other than some pretty ancient MLC SSDs. I guess I could probably see if they would fit in there, but they're SATA, and I don't know. I haven't looked into the backplane on this, and this wasn't like a new purchase. This is a company that takes these things and pulls them out of customers' buildings and refurbishes them and then resells them. So they had some idea of what they had, but you know, they didn't open it up. They pretty much just made sure all the function tests were good and put it on eBay where I picked it up. So that's our thing. That's our tractor server.